So I discovered a statistic the other day that actually didn't surprise me so much, but I thought I'd share it with you. And it was that 75% of marriages that were based on an affair initially don't work. As in, if a married person leaves their marriage to go and have a marriage with the person that they had an affair with, 75% of the time that marriage is not going to work. 80% of people who divorce their original partners in favor of marrying their affair partners have regret. And like I said, that's not a shock to me, but I want to give you the reasons why that is the case. If you're new here, my name's Daisy Chiwako, and my absolute mission is to help as many of you as possible to have a radically transformed marriage. A marriage that is full of love, abundance, excitement, passion, intimacy, and all that good stuff. And I absolutely know it's available to you, and I want to show you how you can absolutely get that. You all know that foundation is important. Like whatever you build, the foundation of it needs to be right. The foundation will dictate its success or its life journey. Be that with parenting, be that with your friendships, be that with your business or your work. The foundations are critical. The problem with these marriages that were born out of affairs is that the foundation was rocky from the beginning. The foundation was built on deception, on lies, on cheating, on gaslighting, on manipulation, all these things that need to happen when somebody's having an affair. And now the idea that you are married to somebody who you know is capable of lying to you at that level, of deceiving you at that level, right? That's a rocky foundation to start your marriage on. Most couples will start their marriage with a level of benefit of the doubt. I have no reason not to trust you, so I'm going in with my heart open, right? And maybe because of stories or things that's happened in the past, there's a little bit of fear and defensiveness there, but pretty much benefit of the doubt. With this marriage, we're going straight in with, I don't trust you because I've seen how you operate. And trust is built on evidence, what we see from the other person, right? And education. I've already got the evidence and the education that you're not trustworthy, and vice versa. So instant insecurity. And we all know that where there's no trust in a relationship, where there's no security in a relationship, it's a difficult relationship to be had. The second thing is what many people in affairs don't realize is that the psychology behind this is newness. And you'll hear me talk about this. The newness, and people not getting deceived by the newness. It's human nature for us to get excited and build passion around something that is new. And oftentimes when we do that, the thing that we have suddenly becomes old, right? And we suddenly start seeing the benefits and the joy and all the good stuff we were getting from that previous relationship. And this one, or that previous thing, and this one seems like it's new. We've got all these new hormones and endorphins rushing around like the honeymoon stage of your old marriage. And we don't have all the pressures of the bills and the house and the kids and all these other things. It almost feels like a fantasy. It is brand new. It's all feeling good, right? And so your affair partner is getting all these ticks. Your original marriage, there's a lot of exes by their name, right? And then you go into this new marriage, and just like in your old marriage, the newness wears off. And you're hit with the fact that, crap, I actually have to create a sustainably long-lasting, deeply loving, connected marriage. I have to create it. And it doesn't matter where I run to. Eventually, I'm going to reach that same point where it's like, okay, that feel good, the newness has worn out. Now it is literally about how I show up, what I give, and my relationship behaviors and habits and how I show up that is creating the reality of my marriage experience. and I've pretty much ended up in the same place that I was because I didn't realize that in my old marriage. I wonder what would have happened if I would have done the work to create the relationship that I was looking for outside of my home. So here's another statistic for you. 80% of people who divorce their original partners in favor of marrying their affair partners have regret. 80%. And I'll tell you, I mean, this isn't statistics, but obviously all I do all day long is talk to married people, separated people, divorced people, people in relationships. And I am always shocked by the number of people who have left their marriage and gone on to others who have a lot of regret. Now, I'm not saying that's the case for everybody. For some people, it was the best choice for them. Absolutely. But there are a lot of people who recognize that actually the very thing that I was running away from was within me, and I needed to do the work. And here's the other thing, with all that excitement of the newness, those endorphins that are being released because we're in something new, there's all that sexual tension that's created as well because of the sneaking and the hiding and all the mystery around it. But then what happens when all that sexual tension is gone? Again, we're left in a pretty bog standard relationship that it requires the work that you weren't really prepared to put into the original relationship. And here's the last reason why I think that these marriages don't work. Divorce isn't easy. And at the end of the day, coming out of a marriage, there would be a lot of chaos. There would be a lot of emotional trauma for you and for the people, your family, your children, your previous husband or wife. There's a lot of financial things to work out, legal things to work out, a lot of family dynamics to figure out. It's a lot of chaos. And so going back to the idea of foundations, you're literally starting this new relationship with a lot of chaos and stress, which then heightens the difficulty in forming this new solid marriage with this new partner. And so am I doing this video for you to, number one, sort of not leave a bad situation and get into a new situation? Am I cursing all of you who have had an affair and then went off to find happiness with your affair person? No, I'm not doing that. And what I am calling to your attention is I want you to really check what is going on. And maybe the things that you were looking for in the affair could have just as easily been found within the marriage if you would have given it the attention and the effort that was required, the reflection that was required, if you were showing up in the way that was necessary, if you were practicing the principles for a successful marriage. And I also just want to bring a bit of realism to you and let you know that as great and seamless as this affair relationship may seem, when it comes down to it, it is going to require the same things. And you're in a fantasy world right now. So make sure that the choices you're making are based on realism, not these hormones, the sexual tension, the excitement of the newness, because the newness dies. And then the thing that was new becomes old, just like your old marriage. It's Daisy Chiwako, your marriage and relationship coach. Listen, I'm an affair recovery specialist, so obviously I'm going to be shouting from the rooftops. If you've had an affair and you really want to do the work to save your original marriage, be the person, show up as the wife and the husband that you truly desire to be, and create the marriage experience that you truly desire, that's going to be a blessing for you, a blessing for your partner, and a blessing for your children, then reach out to me and let's talk about how my affair recovery program can absolutely help you. We start off nice and easily with a free breakthrough call where we're just going to talk about your situation and your desired place to be. Hit the link in the description and book your call with me there. Also, listen, if you've got other reasons why you think the affair-based marriage doesn't tend to work out, I'd love to hear your ideas on that. Pop them in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.